Okay, so in angiosperm, okay, so male gamete is anther. Okay, so you have a filament and anther. Okay, so anther is present. So inside anther, pollen grain will be present. Okay, so many pollen grains will be present in this anther. Okay, so pollen grain is called as a male gamete. Okay, so pollen grain, and each individual pollen grain, okay, so this pollen grain in itself will have two male gametes. Okay, just remember it has two male gametes. Okay, so two male gametes will be present inside that one pollen grain. Okay, okay, so pollen grain also are formed by meiosis. So inside there will be diploid to an microspore mother cell. Okay, microspore mother cell. So inside there will be diploid microspore mother cell. So this diploid microspore mother cell will undergo meiosis. So when it undergoes meiosis, so four pollen grains will be formed. Okay, so if one microspore mother cell, if it undergoes meiosis, so four haploid pollen grains will be formed. Okay, so even pollen grains are formed by meiosis. So one round of meiosis, four number of pollen grain. So there will be many diploid microspore mother cell. Okay, so 2n diploid microspore mother cell, many it will be there. Okay, so thousands of pollen grains are produced inside the anther. Okay, and each pollen grain, okay, we take one pollen grain, they will have two male gametes. Okay, so both the male gametes are haploid in nature. Fine. So pollen grain will have, each pollen grain will have two male gametes. Okay. So this is simple. Formation of pollen grain is simple. Okay. So you have anther. So inside anther, meiosis will take place. So one round of meiosis, four number of haploid cell. Okay. And that diploid cell which is present inside the anther. Okay. So there will be cluster of diploid cell inside the anther. Okay, so this diploid cell inside the anther will give rise to pollen grain. Okay, so inside anther has this upper part is called as anther, then filament. So each cell is diploid, and that is called as microspore mother cell, MMC. Okay, microspore mother cell. Okay, microspore mother cell. Micro is used. Okay, micro. Okay, and formation of female gamete, mega. MEGA, megaspore. Okay, so inside the ovule, megasporogenesis will take place. So inside the anther, microsporogenesis. Okay, so micro, this term is used for male, formation of male gamete, and formation of female gamete, mega. Okay, so mega sporogenesis. So this takes place inside the ovule. Okay, because ovule is present in is mega and macrospores in Pawan. Okay, so microspore means this one pollen grain. Formation of pollen grain, formation of male gamete in angiosperm, microspore. Okay, so inside the ovule, so this is your female, stigma, style, and ovary. Okay, so this is female reproductive structure of flower, and male reproductive is anther. Okay, so inside anther, microspore. For male gamete which is formed, for that we use a term microspore. So inside this ovary, there will be ovule. So inside this ovule, there will be formation of egg. So egg will be formed inside the ovule. So that is called as mega spore. Okay, that egg which is formed is called as megaspore. Okay, so micro, small, mega, large. Yeah. So Egg will be always large. So already I have said egg will be always large, okay? And sperm or male gamete will be always little smaller, okay? So micro for male and megas for female, okay? So like that you can consider, okay? So formation of male gamete is easy. Inside the anther, there will be growth of pollen grain, okay? And inside each pollen grain there will be two male gamete, okay? So this much information is enough for male, okay? Then for female, so there is something more, okay? So in angiosperm, so female reproductive structure is called as stigma, style, then ovary, okay? So topmost part is called as stigma, then style, then ovary. So this is the female reproductive structure. Okay. So upper part stigma, then next style, then next ovary. Okay. Yeah. So next inside ovary there are ovule. So ovules will be present inside the ovary. Okay. So these ovules, they are attached to the inner surface of the ovary, okay? So the point of attachment of the ovary, so that is called as placenta. So placenta is nothing but it will provide food to the ovule, okay? So ovules are attached to the placenta. So this inner layer of the ovary, that is called as placenta, okay? So all the food is given to the ovary by placenta. Okay. So the point of the ovule which is attached to the inner layer of ovary, so that layer is called as placenta. Okay. This much. Then inside this small ovules are present. Okay. Ovule. Fine. Yeah. Then next. So next, if you draw what is present inside the ovary, okay. Our next structure will be something like this. Okay. So this is your placenta. Okay, ovary has two walls, outer and inner. Okay, so inner wall is called as placenta. Okay, so this same diagram of ovary. So if you enlarge that one, so it will have outer and inner layer. So inner layer is called as placenta. Okay, so this inner one, that layer is called as placenta, and the ovule is attached to the inner layer. Okay, so ovule will be attached to the inner layers. Okay, so this will be the structure of ovule. Okay, it will be attached to the inner layer. So next, this point where it is attached, so that is called as placenta. Okay, so it derives food and nutrition from placenta, from the inner layer. Okay, and this one is called as ovule. Okay, so inside the ovule, egg is formed. Okay, egg is formed inside the ovule. Okay, so next you can write ovule attached, ovule attached to placenta. Okay, so it will be attached to the placenta. Right. So next you can put on arrow, so then we'll see what is present inside the ovule. Okay, so first, during the growth of ovule, okay, during maturity, when it is young, okay, so when it is young, so ovule will have outer layer which is called as outer integument, and inner layer which is called as inner integument. Okay, so two layers will be present, outer integument and inner integument. Okay, so two layers. Then in the center, okay, so this is called as outer integument and inner integument. outer integument, then inner integument. So two coverings are present. So outer cover is called as outer integument, inner covering is called as inner integument. Okay, integument. So these are the two layers which are present in the ovule. Okay, so we are going into the details of structure of ovule. So ovule will have two layers, outer integument and inner integument. So in between there will be a group of cells. Okay, parenchyma cells. So I think you know about parenchyma. Okay, so it is a living cell inside the plant. Okay, so it occupies most of the layer in the plant's parenchyma cell. Okay, so they have cytoplasm, outer cell wall, then inside cytoplasm, and then nucleus. Okay, so same as normal cell. Okay, so parenchyma cells. Okay, so they are same in shape and size. So all the cells are similar in shape and size. So all the cells which are present inside the ovule, they will be similar in the shape and size. Okay, so all the cells will be similar in shape and size. So they form a group of cells. Okay, so these cells which are present inside, so they are called as nucellus. Nucellus, not nucleus. Okay, nucellus. 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 So if you can't say, I'll write it little big. Nucellus. Okay, Nucellus. Nucellus. Okay, so inside group of cell which is present, so that is called as nucellus. Yeah, so they are made up of parenchyma cells. So group of cell which is present inside the ovule. Okay, so first is ovary. Next, inside ovary, ovules are present, and ovules are attached to the inner wall of the ovary. Okay, so there are two walls, one is outer wall and inner wall. Ovary is attached to the inner wall of the ovary. So same this portion. So this is the elongated portion of one ovule. Okay, so here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 ovule. So one ovule structure is drawn. So next is inside the ovule. As I said, there is formation of egg. Okay, so during the ovule when it is young, okay, so inside there will be group of cells. Okay, so that group of cell is called as nucellus. So all these cells, they are diploid in nature. So 2n, so we can write that it is diploid in nature. So all the cells will be diploid. Okay, now let us take this cell outside. Okay, so I'll draw this group of cell outside. Okay, I take that cell outside, that nucellus. So inside cell what is present, so that cell is called as nucellus. Okay, so I'll just take it outside and tell you what happens next. So now this group of cell or cluster of cell is called as nucellus, and it is diploid in nature. Okay, so all the cells which are present, so they are diploid. Fine. So group of cell which is present inside, they are diploid. Okay, so these cells are nucellus and it is diploid. Fine. Okay, so next, among this cell, okay, now formation of female gamete. Okay, it's not so simple in angiosperm. Formation of egg. Okay, so formation of egg is very complex pathway. Okay, so first these nucellus which is present, they are diploid, they are 2n. Okay, so diploid in nature. Fine. So only one cell which is present inside. So out of this 1000 number of cell, So only one cell will enlarge. Okay. So one cell will enlarge in size and it will grow. Fine. Only one cell will enlarge. Fine. So there are group of cells or thousands of cells will be present in that nucleus. So out of that, only one cell will enlarge in size because only one cell will enlarge and form the female gamete. Okay. So we are studying how the female gamete is produced. Okay. So female gamete is produced inside the ovule. Okay. So inside the ovule means there are group of cell which is known as nucellus. So in nucellus only one cell will enlarge or increase in size. Okay. So you can say enlarge or increase in size. Okay. So whenever a cell wants to increase in size, it will increase its cytoplasm contents. So if cytoplasm content is increased, then cell will increase. Okay. So only one cell among them will increase in size. Okay. So one cell will increase in size. So this cell is diploid now. And this cell is called as okay, megaspore mother cell. Okay. Megaspore mother cell. So one cell which has increased, so that cell is called as megaspore mother cell. Okay. So it is diploid in nature. So it is known as megaspore mother cell, or in shortcut you can write as MMC, megaspore mother cell. Fine. So one cell will increase and that is called as megaspore mother cell. Okay. Out in between. So megaspore mother cell, so it will be diploid. I'll write here. So you can see. So megaspore mother cell. Okay. So that one cell which is increased, so that is called as megaspore mother cell. Now this megaspore mother cell will undergo meiosis. Okay. So one round of meiosis. So meiosis always give rise to 4 haploid cell. Okay. So 4 haploid cell will be formed after meiosis. Okay. So after meiosis there will be formation of 4 haploid cell. Okay. So 4 haploid cell will be formed. Fine. So all will have center nucleus. Okay. So one round of meiosis. So diploid cell will undergo meiosis and it will form 4 haploid cell. Okay. So out of this 4, okay, only one will survive. Okay. So one will survive and 3 will die. Okay. So one of the cell which is present towards the this end is called as micropyle. So this opening is there, so that is called as micropyle end. Okay, MICROPHYLL. Okay, so this end which is one cell. So one cell will divide and it will give rise to 4 haploid cell. Okay. So one cell will survive and 3 will die. Okay. So 3 will die or 3 will disintegrate. So whichever cell dies, you can draw it like this. So outer plasma membrane will be broken. Okay. And only one cell will survive. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So 3 cell will undergo disintegration. Okay. So 3 cell will die. Okay. 3 cell will die and only one cell will remain. Okay. So after one round of meiosis, formation of 4 cell. and out of that 4, 3 will die. Okay, so whichever cell dies, so you can break it like this, you can break the cell, so only one cell will survive. Okay, because there is very little nutrition which is present inside this nucellus, so all the cells, they will fight among each other. Okay, so they will fight among each other for the nutrition, and during that time only one cell will survive and 3 will disintegrate. Okay, so after one round of meiosis, 4 cell will be formed, so out of that 4 cell, 3 will die and 1 will survive. Okay, so now this surviving cell, okay, so next is nuclear division. So next step is nuclear division. So only nuclear or nucleus will divide. Nuclear division. Okay. So only the nuclei will divide. Next step. So that surviving cell, what it will do? It will try to enlarge. Okay. So size of that cell will increase, and it will try to form a sac-like structure which is known as embryo sac. Okay. So embryo sac is nothing but it will contain the female gamete. So it will form a sac-like structure. So this sac-like structure is called as embryo sac. Okay. So that sac-like structure is called as embryo sac. Okay. So next, nuclear division. Next step. So that one surviving cell will enlarge. Okay. So its size will be increased. So nuclear division means one nuclei will divide into two nuclei. Fine. So one nuclei will divide into two nuclei. So next step is one single cell will enlarge in size. So it will enlarge its cytoplasmic content. One nuclei will divide into two nuclei. Okay. Fine. So next, these two nuclei will again undergo nuclear division. Okay. So again it undergoes nuclear division. So these two cells, they will form 4 cells. Okay, so fine. So 2 nuclei will again divide and it will form 4 nuclei. So here 2 and here 2. Okay. So again next round, again nuclear division will take place. Okay, so only nuclei will divide. So that is called as nuclear division. So first 2 nucleated embryo sac, then 4 nucleated embryo sac. Okay, 4 nucleated embryo sac. Now it is forming a sac-like structure. Okay, so this 4 nucleated embryo sac, again it will divide. Okay, so this nuclei only will divide. So first 2 nuclei was there, so that 2 nuclei will divide and give rise to 4 nuclei. This 4 nuclei again it will divide and it will give rise to 8 nuclei. Okay, again that 4 nuclei will divide and it will give rise to a total 8 nuclei. So 4 will be arranged on the top and 4 nuclei will be arranged at the bottom. Fine. So this is called as 8 nucleated embryo sac. Okay. 8 nucleated embryo sac. Okay. So first one is 2 nucleated embryo sac. So one single cell will survive. So it will undergo enlargement of cytoplasm. Okay. So once there is enlargement of cytoplasm, nuclear division will take place. So first 2 nuclei will be formed, then 4 nuclei will be formed, then 8 nuclei will be formed. Okay. So 8 nucleated embryo sac. Okay. Now there will be rearrangement. Fine. So next step is rearrangement of this nuclei. Okay, so this nuclei will start migrating. Okay, so all the 8 nuclei which is formed, they will start migrating. Okay, so now migration will take place. Okay, so this will be embryo sac. Okay, so inside this, so 3 will be migrating on the top. Okay, then 3 will migrate at the bottom. Okay, through 3 nuclei will migrate on the top, and then there will be formation of cell wall. So in plant, all the cells will have cell wall. Okay, then 2 nuclei will migrate at the center. Yeah, and 3 nuclei will migrate at this side. Okay, so 1 nuclei, 3 nuclei will migrate at the bottom. Okay, so these 3 nuclei which is migrated at the bottom, so they also will be laid down by cell wall. So cell wall formation will take place. Okay, fine. So 8 nuclei, so 3 will migrate on top, so 3 on this side and 2 at the center. Okay, so 2 nuclei will arrange at the center. Okay, then formation of cell wall. Now these 3 cells are called as antipodal cell. Okay, antipodal, antipodal cell. Okay, so this is called as polar, which is present at the center, that is called as polar cell. Okay, then which is present here at the center, so 3 cell are present. Out of 3 cell, 1 is present at the center, so that cell is nothing but egg cell. Okay, egg cell. And this which is present at the side, so they are called as synergids. Synergid. Okay, so which are present at the side, those cell are called as synergid. Synergid. Okay, fine. So after fertilization, so egg is present here at the center. Okay, so there are 2 male gametes in the pollen grain. So one will fuse with egg and another will fuse with this polar cell. Okay, so polar cell is in between. So after fertilization, this egg will convert into the zygote. So egg is present here. Now there is formation of egg. Okay, so synergid will die after fertilization. So still now fertilization has not taken place. So just there is formation of egg here in the between. Okay, so after fertilization, egg will get converted into zygote. Okay, so zygote is formed. Then one more male gamete will fuse here, and this will form endosperm. Okay, so what is the function of endosperm? So that I'll tell you. Okay, so only 10 minutes is remaining. Okay, so that's why. What is the function of endosperm? So this will form endosperm after fertilization. So 2 male gametes will be present in the pollen grain. Okay, so one will fuse with this egg and immediately it will form zygote. So afterwards it will form embryo, and one more male gamete will fuse with this polar nuclei. Okay, and that will form a structure what is called as endosperm. So that cell will form an endosperm. Okay, so function of endosperm is it will provide nutrition to the developing embryo. So this egg will convert into zygote and zygote will convert into embryo. Okay, so when embryo is developing, it will give rise to roots, then stem, all these regions. Okay, so it needs nutrition because chlorophyll is not yet present in the seed. Okay, so that I'll tell later what endosperm will do. Okay, so this is how cells or egg cell is formed. Okay, So inside, it will start from here, from the ovule. So inside ovule, there will be a tissue which is called as nucellus. Okay. So group of cell is called as nucellus. So out of this thousands of cell, group of cell, okay, so it is shown outside. So whatever is present inside is shown here. So out of this thousands of cell, only one cell will undergo enlargement. Okay. So all the cells which are present in the nucellus are diploid in nature. Okay. So one cell will enlarge. So the cell which enlarges will undergo meiosis. So after meiosis, they will form 4 haploid cell. So one round of meiosis followed by nuclear division. Okay, so there will be one round of meiosis. So after meiosis, there will be formation of 4 cell. Okay, so out of that 4 cell, 3 will die. Okay, so out of that 4 cell, 3 will die and only 1 will survive. So that one cell will give rise to this structure which is called as embryo sac. Okay, embryo sac structure. Okay, so one cell will survive. Now nuclear division will take place. So this one cell, again, it will give rise to more number of cells at the last. Okay. So nuclear division will take place. So whatever nucleus is present, so cell will have cytoplasm and then inside nucleus. Okay. Because this is a eukaryotic cell, inside there will be nucleus. So next step is nuclear division. So nuclear division will take place. Okay. So when nuclear division takes place, one nuclei will divide into 2 nuclei. Again, 2 nuclei will divide into 4. Then 4 nuclei will divide into 8 nuclei. Okay. So just nuclear division. 2. So first 1 will divide into 2. This 2 will divide into 4. Okay. So 4 nuclei will be formed. So next is nuclear division. So first there will be formation of 2 nucleated embryo sac. 2 nuclei embryo sac. Next 4 nuclei embryo sac. 8 nuclei embryo sac. Okay. So next step is arrangement of this nuclei. So 3 nuclei will migrate on top. 3 nuclei will migrate to the bottom. And in the center, there will be arrangement of 2 nuclei. Okay. So the nuclei which has migrated on top, next step is formation of cell wall. Okay. So cell wall will be laid down. So these 3 cells which are present on the top are called as antipodal cell. Okay. And which are present in the between, they are known as polar cell. Okay. And which is present here, out of these 3, middle one, the largest one will form the egg. Okay. So this large cell will form the egg and it is haploid. So all the cells are haploid here. Okay. So this synergids, so both the cells which are present on the side, so they are called as synergid. Okay. So as soon as the fertilization takes place, so antipodal will die. So these 3 cells will die and synergids will die. Okay. The egg will get converted into zygote. These 2 cells will die, which are present on the side. Okay. Then antipodals will die and only this will survive. So this will divide and provide nutrition to growing zygote. Okay. So for the developing zygote, it needs a nutrition. So that nutrition will be provided by this endosperm. Okay. Polar cell. So polar cell will get converted into endosperm after fertilization. Okay. So function of endosperm, it will provide food to the zygote after fertilization. Okay. So after fertilization, this cell will not remain. Okay. So all will die. Antipodal will die. Synergid will die. Only this central cell and this one polar nuclei will survive. Okay. So this is the way how egg is formed inside the embryo sac, inside the ovule. Okay. So ovule will be attached to the inner part of the ovary. So in ovary there are 2 parts, outer part and inner part. Okay. So inner part of the ovary is called as placenta. So ovule is attached to the placenta. Then inside the ovule there are group of cell which is called as nucellus. Okay. So formation of embryo sac will form inside here only. Like this is your ovule. Okay. So inside the ovule there are 2 outer layer, outer integuments and inner integuments. Okay. So a group of cell nucellus. So here only in between it will undergo this step. One cell will form megaspore, then meiosis, Then after meiosis, 3 will die, and there is finally formation of embryo sac. So that embryo sac will be formed here in the between. And center, whatever the cell is there, so this, that is called as egg cell. Okay. So formation of egg cell will take place inside this ovule only. Okay. So just I have represented it outside. So because everything I can't show you inside this. Okay. So group of cell, nucellus. Out of that, one cell will enlarge. Okay. So after that, meiosis will take place. One round of meiosis. So after meiosis, 3 cell will die. Only one will survive. Okay. So there will be survival of only one cell, and this cell is haploid. So all 4 cells are haploid. Only one haploid cell will remain. So that haploid cell, what it will do? It will undergo nuclear division. So when nuclear division takes place inside the cytoplasm, so one nuclei will divide into 2 nuclei. Okay. So 2 nuclei, embryo sac. So this sac-like structure formation will take place. Okay. So from here it is known as embryo sac. E dot SL, right? So 2 nucleated embryo sac, 4 nucleated, then 8 nucleated. So nuclei will keep on dividing, okay? From 1 nuclei to 2 nuclei, 2 nuclei to 4, and 4 to 8, okay? So out of this 8 nuclei, one will form a egg, okay? And rest of them will form different kind of cell. So upper cell antipodal, in between polar cell, then